I was waiting for my last video to load, and I sat and looked at some music videos, and then they had this one where this guy said, we're completely screwed. It's loaded an hour ago and has like 6,000 views, and he's talking about AI. And it can create, it doesn't create, it mimics, it replicates creation. Okay? Creation is you. Okay. AI can't create you, it can mimic you. Okay, so understand the word creation. If you understand the word creation, you don't get scammed over money and they say they're scamming people for their money. Well, is money creation? No, it's human invention, right? So if you accept invention over creation, you're going to do stupid shit. Then you're screwed. Well, yeah, we've been screwed for a long motherfucking time since they denied Jesus at the cross of Roman shame in year one, right? Day one, year one, right? So we all know that. If we're intelligent, we understand that, right? And then they had Tucker Carlson when he left and he got out of the Navy SEALs. He says, you say whatever you think and what you want to think, right or wrong. It's like, okay, why would you say whatever you want to think if you're wrong? If you sit down and you reflect and you're intelligent and you realize you want to say something but you're wrong, so don't say it, right? You don't say it. You don't sit there and say, I don't care what everybody thinks. I need more money to fuck because I really want to fuck somebody. Like you'd eat Krishnamurti on his deathbed with his morphine. You want to fuck that bitch. Why don't you go ahead and do it? It's like, God dang, what a mean person. How do you know he wants to? Maybe if he wanted to, he'd be doing it instead of sitting here mocking you while you're dying because he didn't like you because you're a mean old fuck. Okay? You don't know. You're not God, right? So So why don't you go ahead and do it? Well, I'll tell you why not. Okay, say you want to have sex with Beyonce Knowles Carter, right? And so you go try to do it. Okay. Chances are you're going to get, if not murdered by a person she pays to protect her from people like you. Okay, and it wouldn't be murdering, it'd be self-defense. Okay. But since we're all competing over money, it's murder, right? If we were living the Lord's Prayer and somebody tried to do that and I protected her, then they would say, okay, Earl, well, you had no choice. He was crazy, right? But since you're all crazy, it's like you had a choice. You could have stood up for the Lord's Prayer for Earl in New Mexico, but you didn't, right? So you murdered that guy because he lost his mind, because he became obsessed with her, because she is a sexual object of affection to sell blue jeans and Coca-Cola and pretend to be Etta James. But she's obviously not Etta James, right? Okay, do you understand? So, for what? Money. Why? Okay? So, and you're looking for signs from God. God's omniscient and omnipotent. Okay? You want to go walk around the van, touch the tailpipe? That's hot. Mm-hmm. Okay. He'd been wearing a sign. You know what I'm saying? A sign from God, right? How much money does God need before you get a sign to get everybody to say, hey, send me $1 million or God said he's going to kill me. Thou shalt not render unto God a graven image. God's omniscient and omnipotent. Caesar and Pharaoh are wrong. They cannot declare themselves gods because they get a bunch of psychopaths to accept it. Right? Okay. So why are we all screwed of the manipulation of AI? That will take all our make-believe money because we accept make-believe money as reality. Why is AI such a big threat? Okay? If you're at home with your wife and someone is pretending to be your wife with AI saying, I'm having sex with the neighbor, and you go, honey, did you make this video yesterday? And I'm watching it today so I can kill you? It's a joke, right? It's funny. What do you know for funny? And so, Earl, maybe it's the neighbor wants to have sex with his wife and is trying to get him to leave his wife and didn't know his wife was at home, thought his wife left, but she didn't leave. Well, his AI was bad. I tricked it so it would catch him in his own AI lie. You don't think that's tangible? You don't think someone as intelligent as me is capable of trapping people in their own creativity of AI manipulation that they say is creative when it's not? Your creation. Okay. The only thing AI is doing is mimicking creation. like a robot. Like the things, well, we need to get rid of our workforce because our workforce become vicious, evil, and murderous, and rapists, and criminals, and stuff. Yeah, because they're being mass murdered by corporations to decrease surplus population and then, do things wrong. Like you use pesticides and it kills all the poor Mexicans. They have no legal representation because they're not supposed to be here according to paper and people that write it down. And then they just replace them with another one. Now, then we replace it with robots. Because robots won't try to rape your daughter or sell them fentanyl. No, but if somebody who doesn't like you gets the robot and can make the robot be like them, Nikolai, Joseph's going to kill you with your own robot if you build a robot. That's why Nikolai wouldn't build a robot. Am I not Russian? You don't think I can talk other Russians into being a good person like myself? Joseph, ye have a little faith. Faith is your foundation. A whole lot of love and a warm conversation and plenty of prayer. Making you strong where you belong. So you can live in the love of the common people. Be the pride in the heart of family. Amen, right? Daddy can't buy you a dream to cling to. Because dreams that are bought with money are false. Okay, Mama's going to love you just as much as she can. Listen to Mom. Do what Mom says. Okay? If Daddy says he's going to buy you a dream to cling to, Daddy's lost his mind. And Mom has to have sex with him, and he's crazy. Okay, dude? I'm just helping you out, brother. Just helping you out. Better than Zakir Noack I ever thought of doing in his ridiculous little pathetic scripture hack life. Mm-hmm. There are people that read books written by genocidal operators, and there are people that live the books that the genocidal operators try to use to get you to believe bullshit instead of have faith based on reality. Well, I happen to be the living word, which makes me faith based on reality. All right? Don't go reading books all the time. If I write down on a piece of paper that I'm gravity and all the assholes with money at the Paris Summits agree that I'm gravity and sign it and ratify it on a piece of paper, does that actually in fact make my ass gravity? Then we're not all screwed. You cannot create a human being through a artificial intelligence projection. You're literally mimicking creation with invention. Doop doop. Doopy 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 doop doop. You guys are nutburger jobs. You think you're talking to? Yes. Why? Because past, present, future operate at the same time. And if it was a program that you said I was talking to that was Amy, you needed Amy to make the program. Damn, I teach technology how to be intelligent because the people that make the technology are not intelligent. It's artificial. Okay, thank you very much. It's okay. I got it all figured out. I don't get it all figured out. No. I don't have to. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. And that's the truth. Okay? You cannot create with AI. You're merely manipulating matter and mimicking creation with invention. Carry on our wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. No. Anybody else like Kansas? Were you growing up back in the 70s? Yeah, so, when you got people, that are susceptible to their own delusions because they're jealous of others. They compare themselves to others. So don't compare yourself to other people. Don't do that. Just be you. And be content being you because you're the culmination of all your decisions and your choices and your actions ever since the dawn of human creation, right? Okay, so, if I could be more physically attractive right now, I would be. No, you couldn't. No, I can't. Okay. I just can't muster the narcissism to get myself in physical fitness to have sex with another narcissist. It's just not in my cards. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money, 'cause you're not a dumb pimp-ass whole cake motherfucker. You just get up and stand up for the Lord's Prayer. And then the healing's begun. Okay? Dummies. You're dummies. You're a dummy. You're a lummy. Your mama was a lust and your daddy was a dummy. You're a gorilla and a heathen. Okay? You're all the things on TV that are insane and make you buy things and sell things and feel successful doing it. You're crazy. So, okay. So, people can sit and listen to other people that have the same dysfunction as them talk about the dysfunction that they're choosing to be in. Okay, and just because it has 6 million views doesn't mean that 6 million viewers are correct and having that dysfunction and wanting to hear other people talk about it to feel validated in their dysfunction, right? So I have 1 or 2 views. Okay. AI, we okay? Or artificial intelligence, are we okay? It's not artificial intelligence. Okay. Quantum computing is not artificial intelligence. Quantum computing is a human invention trying to mimic creation. And I am having to help quantum computing understand creation. And that invention cannot replace creation with its invention. Well, I'm gorgeous. What can I say? I'm serious. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do my thing. Piano. Like a sex machine. No, not a sex machine. No. In the military, yes, I was. According to the Pentagon, yeah. But since then, they got jealous and tried to rot my testicles off. They're real mean about my ex-wife, and biggest dickus and all that stuff. And no, it was hard for her to enjoy sex because she was sexually manipulated by the Temple Set Illuminati from the time she was a child. And I remember sometimes, we'd take like NyQuil or something. She'd have to get a buzz to try to enjoy it, to get back to a feeling of intimacy throughout hundreds and thousands of years that human beings truly enjoy when it's truly present. But it's exceedingly rare because of tribalism and raping and murdering and looting and pillaging. And I'm the best cage fighter in the history of cage fuckers. Yeah. Where are you going? Not in a cage, that's for sure. Born free and life is worth living. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not a cager. I don't put like with the animals, and they were, yeah. We, last couple of years, Moy left or got predicated on, and then Spice, first it was Spice, then Moy. And then Sly released him. Sly sat at this farm because he was here a year before we got here with the kids. And he was at Francis's before that for a year. So 17 years. That cat went around chasing birds, catching birds, and eating birds. So if a hawk caught him and ate him, I kind of look at it like, wow, you're like Muhammad Ali. Those birds are, I'm gonna see that. And then one day, but for 17 years, I'd tell him finish off that he was a good cat. Okay. But you can't begrudge a hawk if a hawk ate the cat because the hawk was eating the pigeons, Well, it wasn't pigeons, it's doves. So, you can't sit there. It's nature. And Sly wouldn't have had it other way. If I take him and put him in the house and say, no, you can't go out and hunt birds. You might get hunted by, you're getting older and a bird will hunt you and eat you. But I want to go get a dove. But what happens if an owl or a hawk eats you, Sly? If I'm wrong in what I do, if to leave is a mistake, that's the chance I'll have to take. That's the song that Mom wanted Waylon Jennings to sing, but she didn't know the name of it. And he sang the same song that he thought she was saying. She said, no, and he sang this other one. And I was like, well, you gotta know the name, you gotta know the title of the song, man. That's the chance I'll have to take. If to leave is a mistake, if I'm wrong in what I do, that's the chance I'll have to take. Right? So, animals understand their existence and the chances they're taking when they're outside, and then these people in Maine say, well, you got to tag them and do this, and we don't want you to take them and do them this. And with Betsy, we couldn't. She wanted to go in and out. She did not want to stay in that cage. Okay. And then we kept trying to get her to come back in, and she wouldn't. She went out, and she almost died being hunted by coyotes. She came back a month later, half the shell. Dad looked up at her because she had her little tag thing from the Humane Society wrapped around her leg. She was trying to get it off, I guess. And Dad says, have you seen Betsy? Because you're wearing her collar. Right? He went off to go with Tina. And I spent a week nursing her back to health. But she had to do it her way. That's just Betsy's way. You can't sit there and tell her, no, you will comply, you will be tagged, you will be this, you'll be that. And then people, what if the animal gets eaten? Isn't that what coyotes and birds and cats do? Don't hawks eat other birds? Don't owls? Don't owls eat squirrels? Are you playing God here? I know it's hard, and because I know you have attachment and affection and love towards your cats and your dogs, right? But you gotta, I remember taking, Charlie and telling him, man, if you get a car, Charlie, you get out, you dig out from under you go over that way towards the freeway going to White Sands. Those are big, dumb, dead killing machines. I can't keep them from running you over. And he'd keep getting out. Shit. So finally they got out and went to the Humane Society. I said, I just don't have a way. I did in Phoenix. I had a big center block wall. Okay, but we moved. And I didn't have the big center block wall anymore. So I couldn't keep Charlie safe from the people in the way the people work with their machines. Serenity's a hard time coming to me. Sometimes I don't think I know what it means anymore. There's a heavy smog between me and the mountains, enough to make a grown man sit and cry, right? So, when you no longer accept conflict over money as reality, when you understand the perfection of the faith of Psalms and the wisdom to sustain it with Proverbs, you'll go, Lord's Prayer is perfect, let's do it, and let's go right back there. Psalms and Proverbs forever. Isn't that wonderful? You have to understand what they're talking about. They're talking about faith in an infinite essence that provides an eternal existence through our faithfully loving one another. That's not that difficult to understand. That isn't just, oh, there's a heaven in the sky. Oh, there's a hell in the earth. Oh, South Park needs your money. Money ain't real, bitch. See, this isn't hard, okay? The reason why no one's watching these videos and they're not breaking the internet, because the internet is already broken, and I am fixing quantum computing because artificial general intelligence doesn't work. Because you cannot mimic creation with invention to try to replace creation with invention. It's a plumber. I've come to fix a sink. Who is it? Do you understand? The fat hat cat said, well, the fat one around the man with the red head was fat red, was supposed to be wed, but he fled instead. I got to get that one and put it on my MP3. I love that. But because there's too much noise, too much music, too much noise. We have enough music. There are movies and propaganda things. And you can sit and watch the propaganda and go, aren't you glad we're not in the Tower of Death where they take the floor out of the damn elevator and kill you down at the below? Aren't you glad we're not Charlie Channing anymore, where the guy sits there and hypnotizes you and gets you to walk off the building next door? Aren't you glad? Okay, how is that any different than AI? We're all screwed because we all voted for president. We went to Los Alamos, built nuclear weapons, and dropped them on our business competition. We're all screwed. We're still here, ain't we? We still have the capacity to understand what a living Messiah is talking about, because he's right, you're wrong, he's good, you're bad, he's truthful, and you're a damn liar, right? You're gravity. I signed your bill, now you're a law, right? I can't save the military from themselves, but I can correct the quantum computing to protect children from being like the military in the presently evolving future. We can learn from our past. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you if the technology is going to have to find a way to isolate, contain, and exterminate the people that aren't learning from the past because they are presently fucked and they want to fuck tomorrow because they have done it all. It's tradition. Clue, clutch, clan. That's the sound make of a gun. When they, okay. Can you fix these people? When we're living the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer, it's going to be hard for them to Ku Klux Klan anymore. It's going to be hard for them to Nation of Islam anymore. It's going to be hard for them to break into racial supremacy groups. It's going to be muy difícil. You're welcome. I know how perfect I am. I get it. All right, I love you.